Welcome back to the Hillbilly RV channel. Today I had a service call and I was not able to video that, just circumstances. Sometimes I can't, and I apologize, but it just happens. Anyway, I got a call this morning. Customer said wee hours of the morning they woke up to smoke and electrical smell in the camper. Apparently a lot of smoke, and I guess their train of thought was, okay, the water heater makes heat and the furnace makes heat, so they cut the furnace off, cut the breaker off to the water heater, and cut the gas side off the water heater as well. So they killed the water heater, killed the furnace. Okay, the smoke stopped and they were able to clear the air. And I don't know if they got any more sleep or not. Probably wouldn't have. So I went there, and I suspected the water heater because everything in the furnace is 12 volt. It's on a 15 amp fuse. I mean, it takes nothing to pop a 15 amp fuse. If you have an electrical fire in a camper, chances are it's not going to be on the 12 volt side, it's going to be on the AC side. So that made me automatically suspect the water heater. So when we looked at the water heater, it was an Atwood. So I knew that it was probably hardwired to the camper, or it could have had a cord hardwired to the water heater and plugged into an outlet back behind the water heater in a cabinet somewhere. So I went to the water heater and I could see, looking through the storage compartment back to the right where the water heater was at, it was about 3 or 4 feet from that storage compartment, and there was just a small access just so you could see it. I don't know why. To look at the back of the water heater. Couldn't see anything there. There was some of those quick connects that they use on the AC wiring, the 110 volt AC wiring. In that compartment there was 3 of them, and all those looked good. I kind of figured those probably weren't the ones for the water heater, because it didn't look like any of the wires were running that direction. They were going other places. So went inside and emptied a cabinet under the sink, and as we're emptying, me and her are emptying out under the sink, I said, "You got a leak here," because everything we were pulling out of the bottom was sopping wet, and there was water standing in that compartment. I said, "You got a leak here." She said, "I know." She said, our temperature our weather's been brutal last 10 days here. We've had several days in a row it was single digits, and barely getting low teens during the day, and that happened for several days. Then we got a snow, and then we got another snow, and we got more brutal cold. So it's been really cold here. And she said her gray water froze up somewhere, and there was a little bit of water standing in her sinks. She said, "I think it's the traps." So I got to looking after we got to. I said, "Yeah, your trap is leaking." I tightened it up, slowed it way down, but sometimes it's hard to make a trap stop leaking when the sink's got water in it. It's putting pressure on that. That stuff's never supposed to have pressure on it. And we ended up finding 2 more leaks in the water lines, or the supply lines for the faucet. But anyway, that's beside the point. So we got all that emptied out, and there was a false wall there. Took a couple screws out of that, took the false wall out, and I said, boom, there's your problem. So yeah, the coach manufacturer used one of these snap together boxes. Sometimes these will have holes in it to plug something in, so it's an outlet. But they used it for a junction box, in this case, to hook the wire coming in from the coach to the water heater. There's what's left of the wiring. Like I said, they had that screwed right to the floor, and the bottom, that's what comes off, So, you know, it was getting water in here. There's the inside of this thing. That's ugly. Blew a hole in it. But yeah, that was almost a fire. That was about as close as you can get to having a fire without actually having a fire. So I just snipped the wires off, got rid of the bad wire, and I put it back together with Wagos, and my service truck's still snowed in. I cannot get it out. So I was in my pickup. I didn't anticipate seeing this, so I did not bring any electrical boxes with me. But the customer, she's super handy. Great lady. And like I say, she loves fixing stuff and super handy. She was going to run to Lowe's, get a metal box and a couple of strain reliefs to put in the box. And she was going to make this connection inside that metal box. And that's going to be a great fix for this. But yeah, it's pretty scary. And you know, this is not the first time I've seen something like this by far. It's crazy that you would make that connection in that box is not even beginning to be waterproof and put it right under a wet area, possible wet area. I mean, and those quick connects that they use, like say there was 3 of them behind the water door, 3 of them, and I mean just a potential for problem. You know, y'all saw I was working on a water heater, and I pulled the water heater out, and I'm like, what's that strange noise? And I got to looking, and they had one of those quick connects screwed to the floor under the water heater, and that water heater had been leaking. So yeah, it made a mess out of that one. Not like this, but it made a mess. So that's all I got. I know it's a short video, but I really wanted to show you this. And you know, I don't know, I just wanted to show you. So that's all I got for today. Y'all have a fantastic day.